Hello out there, foodies. It's your favorite dining reporter, Elijah Decious with the Gazette. You might know me from Chew on This. And this week, we're out here chewing on this. We're going to chew on all sorts of things this week for Cedar Rapids Restaurant Week. Up first, we have Fong's Pizza. You know Fong's. It's in Nubo. You might have had it here. Maybe you had it in Des Moines. But you probably haven't had these items here before. So we're going to get started with the peppadew poppers here. Now this looks similar to the dragon's eggs that I've had here before. Bacon wrapped, except instead of chicken in the middle, it looks like they're gonna be peppadew poppers. Those are typically a real, a little slightly spicy, but not too spicy, but it's mostly a tangy pepper. So from the inside here, you can kind of see it's a bright red pepper and then this creamy sauce in the center. Not too stuffed, but it looks pretty good. We're gonna dip it into this peppadew popper sauce, which they actually used as the base for another pizza. So right away, you taste the sweetness. It's a real bright, tangy sweetness with that peppadew popper. And then after that, it's just a teeny little hint of spice there, just enough to tickle your tongue. And then by the time that comes along, the bacon says, "It's okay, baby, it'll be all right." And the sauce is a really nice compliment to that. She said it was, the manager, Liz here, said it was made with a heavy whipping cream and a couple other items. And you can definitely taste the thickness of this. It's about like, it looks like a good whipped butter. And it has that real creamy texture. Just has a little bit of sweetness in it. It's almost like a vinaigrette. If you've had a really good vinaigrette, it's like that in a vegetable form. That's really good. I like that. All right, we are up to the second dish here at Fong's Pizza, and we have the Fong's Bowl Pizza. Now, this is something that the manager Liz said was previously on the menu, and they decided to bring it back in a different iteration. So what we have here is we have the typical Fong's crust. Layered on top of that, we have mashed potatoes, little pieces of fried chicken, which if you're familiar with Fong's, you've seen this chicken before most likely. And then corn, mozzarella, a chicken-based gravy, and some green onions. And it looks really delicious. So I'm gonna tell you guys how it tastes here. It's a very mild flavor, I would say. The gravy is not as overpowering as I expected it to be. A lot of times when you have gravy, it just takes over everything. This isn't quite drowned in gravy, but it's just enough to give you a taste of what they're going for here. The chicken is nice and crisp. That's always a plus. You get a couple little nuggets of corn here, and that adds a nice little note of sweetness to it. Otherwise, it's a pretty savory dish. The mashed potatoes are starting to come in now. It gives it a nice base texture. Overall, not a bad pizza.